Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Get ready, because today we're diving into a shocking, truly eye-opening tale about a coin you might have handled hundreds of times without even realizing what it's truly worth. A coin that looks ordinary, common even, but might just hide a fortune beneath its silver sheen. We're talking about the 2001 United States Jefferson Nickel, a 5-cent piece that has sent shockwaves through the coin-collecting world. Why? Because under the right conditions, in the right moment, and with the right pair of eyes, this tiny piece of metal could be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, thousands. So, before you toss your nickels into that coin jar or walk past that small pile of change on your dresser, stop. Because this could be more than a coin. It could be a life-changing discovery. Let's begin right where it all starts, at the surface. The 2001 Jefferson Nickel might look modest. It's made of a copper-nickel alloy, that's 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a durable silvery appearance. It's not flashy, it doesn't sparkle like gold, but what it represents is far more valuable than its metal content. On the obverse side, you'll see the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, 3rd President of the United States, looking boldly to the left. His detailed profile, based on the original design by Felix Schlag, is framed with the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2001, followed by a small D mint mark, indicating it was struck in Denver. On the reverse, we find the elegant Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, with the Latin phrase "E pluribus unum" above it, and Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America curved below. Simple? Perhaps. But the devil, as always, is in the details. Historical context. To truly understand why the 2001 Jefferson Nickel holds such unexpected significance, we have to step back and look at the historical context. The early 2000s marked the closing chapter of the original Schlag design, which had been in use since 1938. By 2004, the Westward Journey Nickel series would begin, honoring Lewis and Clark and Jefferson's pivotal role in westward expansion. That meant 2001 was part of the last generation of classic Jefferson nickels, and that alone has drawn collector interest. It was a time when the U.S. Mint was still following traditional design formats, just before a flurry of redesigns began across multiple denominations. And coins struck right before such design overhauls often become points of attention. Collectors call them end-of-era issues, and they sometimes soar in value as demand increases. Low-mintage anomalies and die errors. But what really launched the 2001 nickel into collector fame wasn't just timing. It was the anomalies. A small but growing group of collectors noticed something unusual. Minor die breaks, known as cuds, double dies, and even off-center strikes appearing in several 2001 Denver minted nickels. Some of these errors were so subtle that they were missed for years, hiding in plain sight in millions of pockets and drawers. One of the most talked-about finds? A double die obverse, where Jefferson's profile appears slightly doubled, especially around the eye and nose. Another error, the floating Monticello, had the reverse building slightly disconnected from the ground line, creating the illusion that it was hovering. These errors aren't just mistakes, they're treasures. In the world of coin collecting, errors drive value, sometimes by a few dollars, other times by thousands. The collector's shock story. Let me share a real story that took the coin world by storm. In late 2007, a young collector from New York named Ethan was rummaging through a box of inherited coins from his grandfather. Most of them were ordinary, pennies, quarters, a few half-dollars. But one coin stood out. A 2001 D Jefferson Nickel that had an unusually bold rim and what looked like extra thickness on the letters Liberty. Ethan, curious but skeptical, sent it off for professional grading. Weeks later, the results came in. MS 67 full steps with a verified double die obverse, a jaw-dropper. That same coin went on to auction and sold for a jaw-dropping $5,800. Yes, nearly $6,000. All from a 5-cent coin someone had once used to buy gum. Design details and what to look for. So what should you be looking for if you have a 2001 nickel lying around? Start with condition. Coins with minimal wear, especially those with full steps on the Monticello design, meaning all the steps of the building are clearly visible and unbroken, are far rarer and more desirable. Collectors pay a premium for nickels with sharp, detailed steps because they're harder to find due to weak strikes and circulation wear. Next, examine lettering and edges. Look for doubling, misalignment, or excessive thickness. Pay attention to Jefferson's hairline, eye, and jaw. These are common areas where doubling might occur. On the reverse, check for the Monticello's base. Is it aligned properly? Are there any cracks, missing lines, or strange marks that don't belong? These might indicate die cracks, die clashes, or planche flaws, all of which can boost a coin's value dramatically. And most importantly, look for mint luster. A coin with original unbroken luster is not just more attractive, it's more valuable. Why this coin matters. But let's step away from the technical for a moment. Coins like the 2001 Jefferson Nickel aren't just metal and numbers. They're pieces of national identity. They carry the faces of our leaders, the symbols of our ideals, and the silent echoes of history. Jefferson himself was a visionary, an author of the Declaration of Independence, a champion of liberty, and a founder who dreamed of a better nation. His face on a coin isn't just decoration, it's a reminder of those values. A 2001 nickel carries that symbolism during a time when America stood at the dawn of a new century, filled with hope, uncertainty, and transformation. It was also the last of a quiet era before the world changed after September 11th. Every coin minted before that date holds a certain kind of stillness, a piece of before. That's why collectors often say, you're not just holding money, you're holding time, the thrill of the hunt. And now comes the fun part, the treasure hunt. If you've got jars of coins, drawers full of loose change, or old piggy banks gathering dust, it's time to go through them, slowly, carefully. You're not looking for treasure, you're uncovering a story. You never know what coin might show up. It might be a flawless MS-68 nickel with full steps. It might be an unknown error yet to be documented. And that's where the magic is. Every coin holds possibility. The beauty of numismatics is that it rewards patience, curiosity, and attention. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can find something valuable if they're looking the right way. Professional grading matters. Now, if you think you found something special, don't rush to sell it on eBay. Instead, send it to a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will analyze your coin, certify its authenticity, grade its condition, and encapsulate it in a tamper-proof holder that dramatically increases its credibility and its value. Graded coins consistently sell for more. A raw 2001 error nickel might fetch a few $100s. A graded MS-67 error coin, thousands. Grading adds certainty in a world filled with uncertainty. Market trends and rising demand. Here's another reason the 2001 Jefferson Nickel is gaining attention. Rising demand for overlooked coins. The big-ticket items like Morgan dollars and gold coins have been hot for years, but now collectors, especially newer ones, are turning toward modern circulating coins with low populations in high grades. That means a coin like the 2001 nickel, especially in near-perfect condition or with known die varieties, is becoming more sought after, and prices are rising accordingly. It's the law of scarcity in action. So here's your takeaway from today's journey. That 5-cent coin in your pocket might not be worth just 5 cents. It could be a forgotten error, a piece with a rare strike, or simply an exceptionally preserved relic of American history, and that could make it worth thousands. No exaggeration, no myth, just careful observation and a little bit of luck. If you're a collector, keep collecting. If you're just starting, welcome to the most fascinating hobby on earth. And if you're just curious, don't stop, because it's not just about money. It's about stories, memories, mystery, and meaning. Thanks for watching, fellow treasure hunters. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button, subscribe to Coin Explorer, and don't forget to share this with your collector friends. And always remember, check your change, because the next coin in your hand might just be the one that rewrites your story. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and keep exploring.